Welcome to the online experience.
What is going on, guys? Peace, love, and light. It is your boy, Joshua October.
And I'm Jimmy Levar, and this is the online experience.
And I am Jules. Thank you so much for having me.
Boys cry, girls cry. It makes the world go round and it's a new guy, same life. It's just so predictable. Red flag, here's the truth. I got a bad case of hating you. Boys cry, girls cry. It's all so predictable. I thought that you were a god, but I was wrong. You were far from heavenly, and I thought I saw stars in your eyes. It was reflections of mine and all the scars that you left me. You on a pedestal, but you put me 6 feet under. I've forgotten, but I could rewrite all the pages. I would rather not care. When you're living in a dream, would you rather be where? You've always been a bad decision. Why do I want you when you hurt me and burn me? When all I want is you.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
you.
How's everything going?
It's been good. It's nice and early in the morning, so I got my my Red Bull.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Okay.
Nice. By the way, I
day.
really like in the background too. It's kind of giving me like this like icy vampire vibe. Like I don't know. It's I like the background.
It's my parents' house, so my mom.
Sick. Even better.
So yes, I wanna take it back. I want to take it back to the early on stages. You started your career at the age of 9, and you started making music. And was it in your elementary school choir?
Yeah. Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So I started in 4th grade, and everyone gets to join the choir, and then I found out there was solos, but I found out you can only audition when you're in 5th grade. So 4th grade me was like, I want a solo. So I just like worked so hard going on YouTube and just like typing in like any karaoke I could find, and then I would post it to YouTube, which was stupid because those are still on YouTube and I wish I could delete them, but I can't. So I would just like make singing videos every single day. And then by the time 5th grade came around, I was like, I am going to get a solo. And I got one. So I didn't get the one I wanted, but I got a good one. And so that's where it all started. And after that, I was like, okay, this is like what I want to do. Because, I got in front of a crowd and, it was all like the parents and everything, but I was like, this is like 9-year-old me was like, this is amazing, I want to do this forever. And that's just where I fell in love with music, and I was like really young, but it was cool.
Sick. It sounds like you were like ambitious at like such a young age. Like you're like, look, this is what I want to do, so I'm gonna go for it. So the follow up with that is like how important is it to stand up for yourself? Like whether it's today or just in general, like how important is that to you?
It's very important, and I feel like if you don't know like who you are and what you want in life, you can get like pretty lost, because I've been pretty lucky finding like my love for music super young. That was like always in the back of my mind, always like what I wanted to do, and I just was like, fuck anybody. I don't know if I can curse on here, but I was like, just like anybody else who like doesn't want me to do what I want to do, they can just like, leave me alone. And so I just always had that in my mind. So yeah.
I respect it. Hey.
Thank you.
Yes. No, and it takes some true talent to, teach yourself how to play the ukulele. And you also taught yourself how to play, was it piano and the guitar as well?
Yeah. Literally from YouTube.
Wow. Yeah. Can you tell me about that and your process in learning how to play these instruments, and like, whether that's now, making sure you want to hear certain sounds in the songs that you put out today with, how you started off with, playing these instruments?
Yeah, so I started literally when I was 12 years old. And it just came from like just wanting to be a musician. I just wanted to always like do that, and I had so much love for it that I was like, I cannot just only sing. I need to like learn some other stuff. So I got a ukulele like for my birthday when I was like 12, and my mom was like, I don't know what this thing is, but here, because I kept saying, I want a ukulele, I want a ukulele, and she's like, okay, here, happy birthday. And so I would just go on like YouTube and I'd be like typing in like how to play ukulele for beginners and like looking up the chords, and I like taught myself in like 2 weeks, and then
Oh,
it
wow.
switched to piano and then a little bit guitar, and then I could just kind of mess around on everything. But
Mm.
yeah, so
Nice, nice.
That's cool. It seemed like your parents were kind of like, well. So far, I heard you speak of your mom, but like it sounds like she was very supportive and throwing like these different things at you that maybe she knew you liked or was interested in. Would you say you're close to both of your parents still to this day, or
yeah.
like I mean, I know you mentioned you're at their house right now, so
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just curious, yeah.
I was always like close with my mom and my dad. They were very supportive of me. Once I got around the age of like 18, 19 was when things got a little bit rough. And it was more so because I went to school to be a music teacher, and I got the job being a music teacher. And then that's when TikTok came around, and I started posting on TikTok and growing on there. And my parents are older, so they're in their 60s and 70s, so they had no idea like what TikTok was. And when I told my parents, "Oh, I'm going to like quit my music teaching job to do TikTok and like be a artist," and
Oh, great!
it's
We
like
all parents
making
want to hear that.
yeah, I was like,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
making me more money than being a music teacher. And they're like,
yeah.
they were so confused. And I also had I had a toxic boyfriend at the time who just was like, oh, your parents don't have the best interests for you, this, and that. And so things did get like really rocky for a couple years. Then, I broke up with that person, and then I came home because I was living in Los Angeles. I came home back to New York, and that's when things like started to like get better. And I sat down with my mom, and I had like a real conversation with her that I hadn't had in a few years. And
Mm.
that's when I was like, okay, my parents are really good people, and I've been lying to myself for the past couple of years trying to please other people.
Mm.
Um,
I'm
and
sorry, real quickly, can we hand clap for the making up with your parents?
yeah. So things have been
Yeah,
a lot better
that's
recently,
good.
but yeah.
I'm really happy for you, by the way. I feel like more people honestly need to be able to hear that. Like sometimes we can get in these relationships with people that can kind of like get our vision a little clouded, and it could taint our whole vision sometimes. So it's so good that you like got back to like respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And even having certain conversations with the parents, having certain uncomfortable conversations with the parents. Sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes we need to have, we need to dive deep with the parents and actually get to know them a little bit more better than what we think that they are, and that leads me to my next question. When you're going through those rocky times and moments in life, how do you maintain and keep your balance and to keep your peace of mind when you go through your obstacles?
I think just like reminding myself like what I want to do with my life, and just like focusing on my goals, because I can get really, really in my head and like
Mm.
completely shut down. And like my friends say it to me all the time. They're like, Jules, you're shutting down, you're doing it again. Like you're getting back to that mind space where I will like just shut down. I will just like either like lay in bed or just do like toxic things, make shitty decisions, and like
Mm.
um once I just like remind myself, and I'm like, okay, this is what you're doing. You need to be self-aware. You need to get your shit together. I'll like plan out like my whole next day. Like once I like hit that like rock bottom, I'll be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna do this, and get it done and get back into that routine. And that always helps me, because like I'm like up and down like all the time, and everyone around me knows it. I'm super super high. I'm super super low. I don't know if there's something like wrong with my brain, but like I'm like sometimes I've thought, okay, you probably have something wrong with you, but like I'm up, down, and like it's just like once I can get myself back up into that like that good positive space, that's like when things happen and when magic happens. So I always gotta remind
Mm.
myself of that.
Mm.
Speaking of that positive place, so like you say, like sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, and also like being on TikTok and putting a lot of your attention into different things creatively can take a lot of energy. At what point do you get a sense of peace, a sense of relief, a sense of calmness? How do you find that these days?
Usually when my work is done. Like that sounds so
Okay.
bad, but I cannot like it's so good, but it's so bad at the same time, but like I cannot like be like peaceful once I'm like if like things aren't done. Like I have to have like my videos posted. They have to be doing well. I have to like, be in a positive state of mind. But yeah.
All right. Work is peace. Got it.
Yeah.
As long as it's done. All right. Got it. Perfect.
No, yeah, I feel that. And sometimes the self-awareness is what we really got to tap into a bit more, and that's good though, because you have moments where you remind yourself, you go, okay, well, I'm doing a shitty habit right now, bad habit, or I'm doing something toxic. All right, the next day, tomorrow, I'm gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna do something positive, or I'm gonna do something to, to bring myself to that next level, and next notch a frequency. And for the music, when you're creating and you're out and you're going to events or you're networking and you're meeting people, sometimes people want to be around you for the wrong reasons. Sometimes people don't always have the best intentions to come around you and feel that energy. How are you able to kind of figure out certain people that maybe around you for the wrong reasons?
Definitely with the help of my manager and my stylist. My manager, he's like been in the industry for pretty much his whole life. His dad
Mm.
is works with Warner and just so many big people, and he's always like looking out for me, being like, "Oh, maybe stay away from this person
Mm.
because I don't like their vibe or I don't like the way they're talking to you," or he'll just give me advice on that. And same with my stylist too. He's just a couple years older than me, but he's like very, very all day he just talks to people all day, and he'll be like, "Oh, let's not work with this person because I don't like the way they're doing this and that," and like, or let's talk to this person because I think they're gonna help you. I think they're gonna benefit you. So I
Mm.
definitely have some really good people like around me that have been like in the industry for a long time. Same with Lauren Christie. She's a songwriter that I am currently signed to. She wrote Skater Boy, all of like BB Rexha's music,
Mm.
bunch of stuff for Dua Lipa. So she's just been in the industry, worked with celebrities, worked with other artists, and she's just like, they just give me good advice. And, I just try to like hope everyone has the best intentions, and usually people don't, but as long as you're surrounded by good people like in your core group, that's all that really matters because yeah.
For sure.
Got you. So I mean, it's really great that you're now like signed and with the team that you feel is like doing the best for you musically, personally, looking out for your mental health and all those things, right?
Hmm.
But at one point, weren't you signed to another label?
Yeah,
And how was that experience for you?
in 2018, I was like 18 years old. I got reached out to by this label called like Squirrel Entertainment. They were like an independent label. I don't even know like where they came from or anything, but this guy like reached out to me on Instagram, and I didn't even have like a following back then, and he was like, "Oh, can you send me this and like you singing this and this?" And then I was like, "Yeah, but I need to like get in the studio." And he was like, "Oh, what's your PayPal?" And so I give him my PayPal, and I just get like $500 like sent to me that night. And I'm like, back then I was like 18. I was like, "What? Like what the
Mm.
heck is this?" And then next thing you know, he's like flying me out, and they're taking me to Miami, and I'm like going to this like expensive dinner, and it's like they're like spending like $5,000. I'm like a kid from Long Island, and I'm like,
Mm.
what is going on right now? And it was very weird. I don't know what it was. Something was off with it, but I kept going with it. I know they had I don't know. I don't know what they were doing, but it was very weird. But I got a music video out of it, and then we parted ways after that. It was just very like, okay, do this music video, and that's it. And that kind of got me like my start with like, oh wow, maybe I can like do this. Maybe not, these aren't the right people for me, but like the whole music video shoot and everything, the recording sessions, I loved it, and so I was like, I could definitely like make this really work. And so yeah, that was that situation. Um,
Oh,
very interesting. I got like
yeah.
thrown into like this like weird situation, but it was cool because it got me prepared. But they were very critical of the way I sang, the way I dressed, my weight, and so I think that is what helped me deal with criticism because they were constantly like degrading me, criticizing me all
Mm.
day long. Like you got to get to this weight, you got to sing like this and do this, but at the end of the day, it helped me because it like made me strong, and it like made me like be like, okay, I can take the heat. Like
Yeah.
um
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it was definitely like a learning experience, I think.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty interesting for sure, and definitely
Yeah.
can be a little surprising. Like, somebody just sending you, a couple $100 in your bank account at a young age. You're like, hey, count me in.
Yeah, yeah, literally that's what I was like. I was like, okay.
But that was definitely also preparation for bringing you to where you are today in your career, and that experience definitely helped you along the way to get you to have a little bit better, more of awareness on the type of people you want to work with now and collaborate and do business with. So you could always take, even in negative situations, you could always take positive things out of the negative. And that leads me to my
Yeah,
next
for
question.
sure.
When you're creating your music and you're going through your song processing, do you write specifically about songs that you go through in life and experience, or do you create your music based off of your imagination and you put things together and you just flow with your creation?
I think it just depends on the vibe. There have been times where I've just like gotten in the studio, and just like wrote my feelings and exactly what I was feeling. And then there's been other times where I'm like, I want to write a song for like my followers and like what they would like and what they can relate to. And so I feel like both are really creative because one will like I have to like dig it out of me, but like the other one I have to like get it from like another perspective. And I feel like both are beneficial because it like challenges me in different ways. Because like my song Boys Lie, that one I was like, I want a song that I think is gonna blow up on TikTok. And so I had to like think about, okay, what would my followers want to hear, rather than like something that I was going through at the time. So I don't know. It's like it's different for every song.
Gotcha. Nice.
Interesting. All right. So speaking of Boys Lie, like I know at one point you were in a toxic relationship, and now, being on TikTok and introducing a new relationship, to the world, is that hard at all for you? Is there some challenges with that? Because I know sometimes when people are on the rise to success, we tend to sometimes want to hide our significant other, to hide our loved ones, hide our family, because we want to protect what it is that we have created and what we've started together, and all those great things, right? But how are you dealing with what's to come? Is there any current challenges? Is there any advice you can give someone who is in the industry and is at a point where, I don't want to hide my partner. I don't want to hide the relationship that I'm in. I want to put this in the forefront, and I don't care because I'm in love and all these great things. How are you dealing with that?
Yeah, it's definitely been hard. And I never like experience anything like that, and I feel like I can't. It's hard to relate to people because I can't like talk to like some of my friends and be like, I'm breaking up with somebody who also has a following on the internet. This is like horrible because like you're dealing with the breakup itself, but you're also dealing with like thousands of people's like just opinions. And it's crazy because it's like at the end of the day, like the only people who like know what really happened are like me, my friends, and like him and his friends and family and stuff. And so it's like everybody else is just like putting their opinion in when they like know literally nothing. 'Cause like you can make something look completely different on the internet than how it is in real life. And so it was very, very scary because like I wanted to like tell my truth so bad about like the situation and be like, this is what I've been dealing with for the past like year or 2 years, but it's like it's so hard to say that because I don't want to offend anyone, I don't want to upset anyone, and I don't want to tarnish anyone else's career. So it was just like it was a rocky road, and I was like, I don't know what to do, but I'm like, people are gonna say things no matter what. Like even if I tell them every single thing that happened, they're still gonna find a way to like put the blame on me. So I'm like, who the fuck cares? Like I'm just gonna live my life. People can be confused, but that's more comments at the end of the day. I'm like, I know what happened. I know the
It's
story.
the algorithm's going up.
Yeah.
It's going
Yeah, but,
up.
like I'm like I know what happened. Everyone around me knows the situation. I'm like they can figure it out. And I don't know. They like it. They like the followers. They love the drama. They love the tea, and I just keep giving it to them.
Oh gosh,
Because
yeah.
I like it.
Pee overload. Well, I
No,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, that's true though. That's true.
But the real ones are always supportive no matter what. And like at the end of the day, I'm really happy right now. I feel like I'm in a good place. Like I did not expect to be like back in New York like at this time last year. I'd be so confused if I like told myself like what happened.
Mm.
But everything happens for a reason, and I feel like things were meant to go the way they were supposed to go.
No,
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yes,
Firm believer in that.
absolutely. Yeah, the universe works in mysterious ways. We live on a beautiful, powerful, magical universe that ultimately everything that you think in your mind, you create your reality right here in front of you in this reality. And any publicity is good publicity, right? So, if they
Yep.
love it, give them the tea. But that gets me into my next question. I had seen something with you doing a meditation class. How often do you meditate? And when you do meditate, have you ever gone into the stage of, leaving this playing field in a sense and kind of feeling like, your mind went somewhere else, but your body is still here?
Yeah, I go every week. I've been doing it for the past 2 months now. And it's crazy. I've meditated on like YouTube and stuff before, but
Mm.
it's so different than when you're doing it like in real life. And it's just like it's like weird. You literally like go somewhere else, and like there's been times where I've noticed myself like crying and like I've I've like faced traumatic situations in my meditation and like cut the rope on them, and like I don't know, I've spoken to people that have like passed away, and it's crazy, and I'm like I don't even know like how it works. I don't know how like I get to that point, but like it'll feel like a snap of the fingers and I'll be like waking up, and like it's so weird. But it's cool. I love it, and it's so fun. It's like my time to like wind down, and like I never thought I was gonna be like one of those girls that goes to like a meditation class like, but here I am like doing it, and I'm like I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we definitely don't think it's weird over here because over here we dive deep. So yeah, and
That's
it's funny.
fire.
So I don't know if you're into signs at all, but I'm a Pisces. But someone recently told me, they were like, yeah, lucid dreaming is like, when you're dreaming and like you're able to like tap in and know that you're dreaming and you're able to come out of it. And I was like, and she was like, yeah, most Pisces are just born and capable of doing this. And I was like, I never knew that. And then I thought about it. I was like, I've been lucid dreaming all my life. So yeah, so just to throw that out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, lucid dreaming, that's powerful too, brother. Because I lucid dream myself, and when you're able to control your dreams and you're able to know that you're dreaming as you're sleeping, it's a powerful thing. And as we kind of get ready to wrap it up, I have a couple more questions. But overall, with everything that you got going on, music, life, what is it next for you that you want to achieve and accomplish with your career and your goals?
Definitely my top goal right now is 3 million on TikTok. Trying to get to 500,000 on Instagram.
Let's go.
That's like such a goal for me. And then just like have a bunch of successful song releases one after the other. Me and my manager, we've been in the works of doing something really cool with a TV show. I don't know if it's gonna go through, but we like just started working on it, and it's going in a positive route, so I'm really excited about that, and I hope it works out. Yeah, just new music. Trying to find a good fit for like a record label to sign to. We've just been like shopping right now, finding the perfect one. And just more success, honestly.
Yes.
No, for sure. And I definitely see that for you in your path, because like it's literally it's just going up. And but since it's been going up, like living in Long Island, or just now coming back to Long Island, you said it was last year you came back to Long Island in
I
New
came
York?
back in January.
All right, so in January, right? So have you noticed that more people from Long Island are supporting you now, or is it like the opposite? Because like it can go either way sometime. Like the place that we're founded, the place that we like ultimately like come up in, is also sometimes the place where it's like the opposite thing happens, where it's not as much support, So like, what's your deal at the moment? Like,
It's been really interesting. Like people have been really, really supportive, and I get like messages messages from people from my high school like all the time, and like and then it was weird too because I did a music video shoot a couple weeks ago, and we needed a concert scene for it, so I had just posted it like just once on like my profile and a couple times on my story, and like we had like 50-60 people like show up, and I was like, I didn't even like, I gave the address to like maybe like 3 or 4 people, and I was like, oh my gosh, like wow, like I really have like some say here. This is crazy, especially in like my hometown, because I think back to maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, if I would have posted that, I'd literally have like 2 people show up. And so that was pretty crazy, like just see that impact. But yeah, I definitely like when I run into people and stuff, because it's a small island, so you know you're always running into people all the time. I'll see like someone from high school or someone that I don't even recognize like all the time. People are like, oh Jules, like how have you been? Like I'm like, who are you? Like what?
Yeah, like they're like Long Island, right? So they're like, yeah, I was in the park with my daughter and I saw you.
Literally, I went to a pizza place, and this dude, like, he recognized me and was like talking to me, and I'm like, I swear I have never seen this person before. Like, I'm like, who are you? But yeah, it happens a lot. I mean, even like when I was in Los Angeles, like I would get recognized by like fans and stuff. So it's weird. It's like something that I'm not used to, but still getting used to. But yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I think you got it. I think you got this.
Yeah, that's an awesome thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a powerful thing as well when you realize that your words carry vibration, and those that listen to your words follow. And music is also powerful as well. And you know that kind of leads me to my last question for you. You know, with spirituality, you know, everybody could have their own meaning on what it means to them, or you know what they feel it is. So to you, what does spirituality means to you?
I think the best way I could describe it, that's a really good question, would be like finding myself and finding what speaks to me and finding where I'm supposed to be in life, and just seeing what it means to other people also. I think that's definitely always interesting, because you might feel one way, but somebody might feel another way, and then you could take influence from them and they could take influence from you, and you can come together. And I feel like spirituality definitely like brings people together, whether it's like their beliefs, what they're feeling. Yeah, that's a cool question. I've never been asked that before.
Thank you.
It's the Bear Podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
okay.
but yeah.
All right. So yeah, you know, thank you for joining us so much, Jules. You know, I want to say continue your journey as you know you follow your heart, and you know you follow your path, because you know again everybody has a calling. You know, you was brought to this earth for a reason, right? You wasn't born for no reason, right? You know, you have a purpose in life, and you're on your path and journey to, you know, fulfilling that. So continue to do what you're doing, continue to make the music, continue to inspire others, continue to do it in a peaceful and positive manner, you know, because the world doesn't have enough of that, and we need more peace, love, and light in this universe for sure. So when you can be that light, continue to be that light. And that is all the time that we have today. This is your boy Joshua October.
I'm Jimmy Levar, and this is the Online Experience.
Yes, and I'm Jules Walcott. Thank you so much for having me. This was so fun.